Good morning. It's October 6th, and this is your daily brief in science. Here's everything you need to know. Rectal bleeding in patients under 50 significantly increases the likelihood of colorectal cancer, with recent research indicating an 8.5 times higher risk. Most young patients diagnosed with early-onset colorectal cancer, about 88%, presented symptoms like bleeding that led to colonoscopy, despite lacking a family history. The link between rectal bleeding and cancer is particularly strong in this age group, with 70% having no known genetic or familial risk factors. Genetic markers associated with hereditary syndromes were found in only 13% of cases, and family history only doubled the risk. Researchers are developing a risk score calculator to better identify young adults at risk outside traditional screening criteria. Lifestyle factors also play a role. Being a former smoker nearly doubled the odds of developing early-onset colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer is the fourth most common cancer in the UK, with a 53.9% survival rate over 10 years, and over half of cases are considered preventable through lifestyle changes. Current screening guidelines recommend starting routine screening at age 45, but these findings emphasize the importance of diagnostic colonoscopies for symptomatic young adults. A retrospective study of 443 patients under 50 at the University of Louisville from 2021 to 2023 found that 44% were diagnosed with early-onset colorectal cancer, most without a family history or genetic markers. The data supports clinicians considering colonoscopy for symptomatic young adults, especially those with rectal bleeding, regardless of age. This research suggests a need to reconsider screening guidelines, particularly for symptomatic individuals, as current protocols mainly target older populations or those with family history. A new study by Wang and colleagues introduces an innovative machine learning approach to identify bacterial efflux proteins, which are key to antibiotic resistance. Efflux proteins help bacteria expel antibiotics, contributing to multi-drug resistance. The research combines both supervised and unsupervised learning techniques in a stacked ensemble classifier, enhancing detection capabilities. This method leverages large genomic datasets to analyze sequence information alone, uncovering hidden patterns in efflux protein properties. The approach improves accuracy and robustness over previous models, enabling earlier and more precise identification of resistant bacterial strains. Published in BMC Genomics, the study has attracted global attention for its potential to influence genomic classification systems. Phylogenetic analysis within the research reveals how efflux proteins have evolved across different bacterial lineages, showing adaptive responses to environmental pressures. The study also identifies new candidate efflux proteins, expanding genomic databases and offering targets for future drug development. This advancement represents a significant step in microbial genomics and antibiotic resistance management. The integration of computational tools with biological insights aims to deepen understanding of bacterial resistance mechanisms at the molecular level. Traumatic brain injuries in older adults significantly raise the risk of developing dementia, according to a large study published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal. The research analyzed data from over 260,000 seniors aged 65 and above over a 16-year period. It found that within the first 5 years after a TBI, the risk of dementia increases by approximately 69% and by about 56% afterward. Falls are identified as the most common and preventable cause of TBI among seniors, accounting for over half of these injuries. These injuries often result in immediate neurological impairments such as loss of consciousness, amnesia, and motor deficits. The study highlights that recent TBI also leads to longer periods of home care, indicating long-term neurological and functional impacts. Mechanistically, TBI may trigger neurodegenerative processes involving neuroinflammation, axonal injury, and Alzheimer's-like proteinopathies, with aging reducing brain reserve and worsening outcomes. Older women, especially those over 85, face a higher risk, with about 1/3 of this age group predicted to develop dementia after TBI. Vulnerable populations include women over 85 and residents of low-income neighborhoods who are more likely to need increased care following injury. Geographical and social disparities influence outcomes, as seniors in rural or less diverse areas often have limited healthcare resources. Experts recommend community-based dementia prevention programs focused on high-risk groups, emphasizing fall prevention strategies. Clinicians are advised to monitor cognitive function after TBI, promote fall prevention, and provide tailored counseling to patients and families about long-term risks. Future research aims to identify biomarkers and develop intervention trials using imaging, fluid markers, and genetic profiling to better predict and mitigate dementia progression post-TBI. Scientists have developed a new compact tabletop detector technology that can observe gravitational waves in the millihertz frequency range. This part of the spectrum has been difficult to access with existing instruments. The innovation fills a gap between high and low-frequency gravitational wave detectors, allowing exploration of the mid-band frequency range. The detector uses advanced optical cavities and atomic references, making it small enough for laboratory use and capable of detecting signals from sources like white dwarf binaries and black hole mergers. Each unit features 2 orthogonal optical cavities and an atomic frequency reference, which enhances sensitivity and enables analysis of wave polarization and source direction. This technology provides a new way to test astrophysical models, study black hole mergers, and search for stochastic backgrounds from the early universe. It complements existing observatories such as LIGO. Integrating these detectors with current clock networks could extend their detection capabilities to even lower frequencies. They measure tiny phase shifts in laser light caused by passing gravitational waves, reducing susceptibility to seismic noise. Unlike space-based missions like LISA, which are years away, these tabletop detectors can be deployed immediately and are more cost-effective. The targeted millihertz range is expected to reveal signals from white dwarf binaries, merging black holes, and relic waves from the early universe, broadening the scope of gravitational wave research. Astronomers have identified a new type of cosmic structure called an odd radio circle, or ORC, which features 2 intersecting rings of radio emission visible only in radio wavelengths. This is only the second such case observed. The discovery was made using LOFAR, a European low-frequency radio telescope, in collaboration with the citizen science network RAD at home. This marks the first ORC found through LOFAR and citizen science efforts. LOFAR's array of antennas acts as a large interferometer, allowing for deep observations of cosmic history. Along with this ORC, 2 other large radio galaxies were detected, each spanning over 1 million light-years. The most distant and powerful ORC, designated RADJ 131346.9 plus 500320, is located at nearly redshift 0.94, meaning it is observed as it was when the universe was about half its current age. Additional structures include RADJ 122622.6 plus 640622, a galaxy more than 25 times the size of the Milky Way with a bent jet forming a large radio ring, and RADJ 142004.0 plus 621715, which shows a ring of radio emission at the end of one jet. All 3 are situated within dense galaxy clusters with masses around 100 trillion times that of the Sun. Interactions between jets and hot plasma in these environments are believed to shape these features. Researchers suggest that these rings may form from superwind outflows from spiral galaxies, rather than from shock waves caused by black hole or galaxy mergers. Future observatories like the Square Kilometre Array and optical surveys such as DES-1 and LSST are expected to discover many more ORCs. These findings underscore the importance of citizen scientists in modern astronomy. They also point to the role of black hole activity and plasma interactions in shaping these cosmic structures. This has been your daily brief in science. To read more about these stories, follow the links in the episode bio. You can also subscribe to these updates via email at www.brief.news. For more daily podcasts about the topics you love, visit brief.news/podcasts. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be back with everything you need to know.